Welcome back to The Use and Abuse of Laura Endicott. This is chapter the 12th, Fight and Flight, Scene 2. I shall correspond, I shall. Sarah was holding me closely to her perfect form. The entire household had presented itself in sending Philip and I away and off. I shall not, Olivia put in as bluntly as ever, but my sister has my fullest favor in relaying to you whatever exploits my apparent genius may yet conjure. Perhaps not all of which would be fit to print, or yet of which desirable to be aware. Even so, I smiled broadly to them both, and Philip bowed. I will write you in return, of course, dear Sarah, and please, as dear Olivia, do not hesitate to demand that such missiles be shared. Olivia whimsically cocked her head and silently told me to go stuff it, or some such thing as that, but I nodded to her in any case, and then found myself aloft, as Philip and Hargreaves had lifted me bodily into the carriage. As if I were Victoria herself, I chided them both. Her lost but much missed younger sister, Sarah called over, beaming. The fortnight between the final crisis and our departure had been filled with both the fullest recovery, but also that of planning. My eyes had glazed over at the memory thereof, recent as it had been. Philip was now up beside me. The coachman had whipped up his pair, and we were off. Relief? He gently queried as I waved madly back at the crowded marble steps, their size growing slowly smaller in the increasing distance. My heart was racing, but it was also weeping a little. This may sound ludicrous, even perverse, but I shall miss them deeply. Well, Sarah is otherworldly, and I suppose I could say the same of her sister. It's just that the latter's otherworld might include the underworld. The light and the dark are siblings after all, my love. In each of us they are yet to be found. And now I feel as if I have seen the very essence of their combined presence, in all of its contradiction and tension, all of its drama and dross, played out before my very eyes, as if the two real siblings were veritable embodiments of these joint essences. Well put, young lady, a definite first-class paper. No beating for me, then? I plaintively mocked. I didn't say that. We were now laughing together, and through all of the novel encounters and contexts in which Philip and I were suddenly thrust upon, that laughter, near giddiness at times, stayed with us, until the yet more profound sense of awe overtook it. Yes, awe. For that is what I felt staring through the morning haze upon Boston Harbor as we made eventual landfall. Philip had flung the dice and received a respectable return. The college at Boston had granted him a year's position, with promises ensuing regarding future appointments, if he chose to complete his doctorate in its environments, or down the road at Harvard, no less. And I myself had been invited into the literary bosom of its English department, as it called itself over here, to attain my own graduate degree. And so awe, in response to these pieces of glad tiding, just as the tide had brought us to the New World. In our day, both were metaphors, the one replaced with work ethic, and what could only be called to my sensibilities a cronyism not quite benign, and the other simply by steam navigation. But awe itself had not been replaced, even in our modern age. No, and standing there bravely at the bow of the as brave ship, arm in arm with my entire world love and his world of bravery itself, I vowed that it should never be.